Yes, it's recording now. Double click it again. Yeah. Cool. Done. Yes, I am. Mhm. Yep. Oh yes. Yeah. Well, I definitely got to what's it called? Um, Share play it or whatever it is. Mhm. Mhm. Yeah. Yeah. No, that's all right. I wasn't doing anything else anyway. I would only be, sort of mucking around with other. Yeah. Switch to. Mhm. What was that? Mm. Yeah. I don't have anybody either. Mhm. Yeah, I'm on a bit of. I'll have a look. Mhm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and Twinkie will too. I'm just making sure. I keep scrolling up and down looking for mutes. I keep telling them if anybody has one, to say it. You're good. Freak, you got any mutes for anyone? Okay.
Don't see a couple of.
If you got a little slash through the speaker, that's fine. Yeah, as long as you're not seeing the mute, you're okay. Yeah. Yeah, I think what happened is O'Brien was mute for you or it went mute. That's you know how they do. Until we start the race. O'Brien, free. Free to be right back. They're free.
Now's a good time to take a check, guys. Make sure you're on. Going down to make sure these guys are in the right car. Let's see. Wendy's in. Yeah, I'm just making sure they're the right positions.
Waiting on Freak to get back. I don't know if he's having issues or what. He hasn't answered.
Yeah. I don't know what's going on. I just got disconnected twice. I hope this doesn't.
Check right now. Is anybody mute for you?
No.
Okay. Is anybody mute for O'Brien?
Make sure the numbers are up too.
Oh, you mean like the AFC, B, yeah. Okay. Yeah, Freak's on his way back.
A couple other interesting side stories here. This is the inaugural Indianapolis.
The fear of losing is far greater than the fear of being hurt, and that means that you've very much got to weigh up your opponents to see where they are, and you're wheel to wheel with these guys. If they're in a strong situation, their car is running well, and you're both in a equal position. At that point, it's like playing high-speed poker. All you can do is try and gauge the profile of your opponent right, and hope that you've hope you come out in front of him.
Here's the interesting thing. I'm sitting on 17. If I get my next win before you, I tie the record.
That's all right.
But there's a bunch of these guys behind us that are going to catch us pretty quick. So.
Yeah, because I just can't do the road courses anymore. You guys will pass me up quite easily on wins. Alright, is everybody good with free? No, that's fine. I'm just making sure everybody else is good with it too. Yep. Are you good, Tony, with that? Anybody that wants, that doesn't have a YouTube channel and wants me, I will give you an email and password right now. Everybody bring yourself up. Listen, anybody that, yes, my dude can be doing broadcasts. He can be talking, Sheriff, he's just going to be monitored.
I'm here at the moment, so I can hear what's going on. Well, my version of trying to do my best. How's that sound?
Correct. And we have a number one no-no rule, and Carl will tell you that directly.
Yeah. All right, we'll get down to it, guys. Welcome to the SCL Season 24 Indianapolis 500. Congratulations on being in the field. This is the 12th running of this event. First one was in July of 2014, so we've been rolling right along. For tonight's race, a pretty standard tour for the series. It is round 4 of the IndyCar series. Standard rules apply as far as the caution going out to come out on first lap, right lap. Everybody goes into the pits. Makes your strategy stop, comes back out, get back in your position, single file. As far as during, I'll go over the start procedure and all that in just a second. As far as procedures during the race, pretty standard, must be multi-car contact, causing a full wreck to be a caution. When the caution's called, you back it down. Pits are closed as soon as the caution is called. So you guys get lined up, and then we'll open the pits if it's been more than one lap, etc., etc. We do have the new pit entry rules under caution in effect here. It means that under yellow, and this will help with wave arounds, this will help with not having anybody get knocked out. Under yellow, the whole field will go down the access road on turn 3. That way any cars taking the wave around got a clear track, and then when you come down the front stretch, the blend line, you'll see the white blend line cutting out from the pit lane. If you're deciding to stay out, you just got to go back onto the track before that blend line. That way, if you're any type of faking, you're just going to be going to the outside, not back into the pits, entry of the pits, and possibly DQing somebody like, my idiot self and Twinkie did back in the 500, So keep that in mind. Under yellow, you're going down the access road. Now, under green, you can pit straight from the front stretch as long as you follow the blend line that you see coming out of the entrance of the pit lane. Follow the blend line, you can pit up the green straight from the front. But under yellow, everybody's going to go down the access road. Same for similar, especially if you wait around. We won't have cars blazing through the field. 4 or 5 really fast drivers who can play with the other setups like the Speedway setup.
The fear of losing is far greater than the fear of being hurt, and that means that you've very much got to weigh up your opponents to see where they are, and you're wheel to wheel with these guys. If they're in a strong situation, their car is running well, and you're both in a good position. At that point, it's like playing high-speed poker. All you can do is try and gauge the profile of your opponent right, and hope that you've hope you come out in front of them.
Again in Indiana for you while I read the starting order. But I will read you the starting order now. On the front row, starting on the pole, is third Indianapolis 500 pole. He is the season 21 Indianapolis 500 champion, Team Gator Racing. Starting second, I'm sorry, Team Gator Racing. Starting second, Team W Racing. Long-time veteran, 9th season, broadcasting your feed, which we recommend.
Sorry about that. That's the wife doing her weekly vacuum cleaning freaking thing, but it's not a weekly job in this house, it's a daily one. Yeah, the boys and girls in here getting themselves ready and taking us to the track. Looks like it's got overcast on it, so it's going to be a overcast day at Indianapolis 500. We're going to retire and spectate this because we're not racing, so it doesn't matter. Let's go trackside and let's go to Cat Guy, but we'll probably have to switch from Cat Guy to somebody else because Cat Guy's up the front, so I can't remember. Let's go there for now. So you see them all like nicely parked in the corner there. That's just them syncing up all their pit stops or pit strategies, getting them ready and ticked and stuff. Most of the front running guys would already have their setups sort of half ready and done, so they just click on them and go. Some people do it on the day and just throw something together. You always find the front left is a little bit lower than the front right on the car, and the same with the backs. The backs and fronts, different pressures. Side to side of the car, left to right, different colours because there's one. So the banking is all over the place at the moment, trying to sort things out, but generally what happens, even though the buzzer's clicking down saying they're ready to race as a Sunday Cup League race, they don't take off as that. They'll do a lap around, make sure that they are all ready to go. So what they're doing is sorting out the actual positions they were just in, as you probably heard from Carl Hicks while I was in the room, sitting there listening to his way he tells people to do things. So. I won't pick out players' names that I'm going to do onboards or cockpits or chase or roof. I'll just tell you who they are when I click on them. So back to Shano here. I'll try to do the best job. Oh, coming through again. Don't expect it to be roses, but anyway. Ooh. Somebody got it right up the pista, but it is a bit hard to sometimes come into pit lane, trying to work out where your pit bay is and all the rest of it. It's not easy when you're following 16 other cars. Sometimes it's actually probably better to actually ready up your pit crew so they're actually ready and waiting for you to get there. So you do that with your buttons on your steering wheel or whatever you got set up on your controller, so you get them ready so you're not searching the lane. The other thing that's really helpful in races like this is actually having your pit indicator on. It actually shows you your bay in green. Nobody else sees it, only you see it. A couple other things, for racing in leagues that are probably pretty good is having your little car spotter things on your setup, just so they actually tell you where the cars are situated around you at the time you're racing. You can also use apps to help you out with Crew Chief and a few other apps, and then there's the actual one from the game. I'm not a big fan of the one on the game. Like Crew Chief at the time, but I've stopped using everything because I do alright qualifying in some things and not so well in others. So you see them swerving from side to side. They're trying to get warmth on their tyres. At a certain point, Carlin will say to them to not do that anymore, because once you get two abreast, in most situations, swerving from side to side is not a really good idea, because the top guy doesn't really understand what they're doing. 3 wide, well, yeah, you just can't do it 3 wide. And they're going to actually try to do a 3 wide start. Oh, it's going to be interesting. I'm going for a complete cluster in the first corner at 3 wide, but we'll see what happens. Because I'm definitely thinking that the brave boys and girls doing a 3 wide start most times probably want to do two wide, even 2 wide sometimes. On some tracks don't really work, because, well, if you run this, stable or loose setup, and that's all you can get, that's not so bad. But when you run untuned cars and people put the boost up to 100%, then you got cars that skip to the left or skip to the right, and it's real fun trying to dodge them. All coming down in a pretty staggered format that looks a lot worse than actually is, and they're doing a really good job being formed and looking pretty for us, sitting back watching them all. Here for a couple of reasons, watching this and not broadcasting but taping it. So anybody in here that's caught on the wrong setup, I will catch them and report them to the appropriate officials. So that's my job at the moment. And commissary is just a sidebar for me. So enjoy rolling themselves at speed, probably about between 70 to 75 down to the start. I'd say at this stage that's going to be a go. Wait till they get to the bricks and see if we get a go at this. Yep, we have a go. Yes. Well, we got bumping and there's a crash. So I say that would be back to a yellow. And they're cleaning themselves up after the crash. It's Prego. So you should catch yourself back up, but when you're jostling for a position, one guy goes left and one guy goes right and stuff, it's pretty hard, because if you're not running certain views, you're not going to see certain cars being down on the inside of you, and you pull down on them in any car, you're basically going to you know, you're going to run out of room pretty quick. So, you know, it's try to give each other as much space as you can. You know, works really, really well, but it's racing, so you can't expect everything to be perfect. So they'll do a lap around. This actually is what they call the clean start rule, so it doesn't add to the yellow flags I've got in the bag. I think Carlin said today they've got 10, so they've still got 10 left, even though they've sort of knocked each other around a bit. But yeah, they will definitely they'll do the single file start, which will be a bit cleaner sometimes, but also sometimes isn't clean if the people in front don't hold gaps. You'll sort of roll up to the car in front of you that little bit quicker, and then you hit the brakes, then the chain effect of that is the car behind you is doing the same thing, and then it ends up being a real cluster. So we'll see if they get it right. Good job. Here they go. Oh, what was it? That was a nice jump. I'll have to look at that later. Much cleaner start, single file stuff. Keep focused on the front lot at the moment. This lot looks like it's going. So a bit of sorry, once the camera trying to refocus on what's going on here. And so what? Got a bit of a race going on back here. One sweep to one side, going on the inside. A lot faster if you actually work out who's the faster guy out of a bunch of you, and if you're the little slower guy, just sit behind him. You're not going to get past him, not when you're drafting anyway. So that's my suggestion, just sit there like it is on the 20 and just work together, because you're a lot faster as a team, and team means working together in my case, and you'll pick back up on the front guys, and then if you get three of you working together, you do the same thing. It keeps working. You just work out which one's the faster guy out of the three there, put him in front and just sit behind him. You can do the leapfrogging thing, but it's up to you guys to work out which way you think you can drive the fastest. Really, I think what these guys are doing here is the best way. It's basically work out who's the fastest guy, sit behind him, and just push them. Now, push them means don't run up the backside of the car in front of you. It means, you know, leave them a gap and then work it out. So just go back a couple and see what's going on back here. There's another group that's sort of working to get working, and looks like you've got two silos back there, but the kicking Kick-Ass Wookie and Prograde are pretty new to this racing. The real races up here. We got Rita St. Jones, and who else we got here? O'Brien. They're all really quick, all on each other. And then we got Freak. Sunday Cup, which is Carlin Hicks, and then Cat Guy, which is in the front. So looks like he's having a really good run. Looks like Freak's sort of dropped off the back of the race there, but I don't think he's lost the draft. And if he has lost the draft, he will soon get a push from Tier. So those guys are really working well together. Tier, Rita, and O'Brien. You know, these are not all in the same company. They're all out for win, but the laps we're on at the moment and stuff. There's no point racing each other. It's more get passes. The guy that seems to be going slow at the moment get himself up towards up the front, and then work out who's got the faster car, and then just push along until you get into the later laps. It's all about racecraft, using your brain and not trying to stick it 3 wide in corners. So looks like T's pushing himself up the front. Get up here. Yeah, they're squabbling. Yeah. They've got two lines running here. So you got the outside run and the inside run going. Tell you what, that's pretty close. And two. Holding 5th gear, so that's pretty standard, normal. This is really nice pack. Tier. Sunday Cup was just Carlin Hicks, Rita St. Jones, and then you got O'Brien and Cat Guy, all within. So this group of 4 is gone, absolutely going down the road, and then we've got Freak, which qualified up front, and then he should tack onto the 2 guys in front of him, which is 1 shoot and 20, and then say go back, we've got Shano, and we've got Daz out front. Zebra, it's Shano, Kip, and then right down the back is Gaspel here and Pogard. And these guys are basically learning what it's like to be a rookie. In the first season of Indy on PlayStation, how much these guys run really well together and really work well to work out which car. That's a caution. That's not called a caution, I don't know what is. We've got 3 cars on the roof, 1's just reset, 2's just reset, and I'll say 3 will reset in a second once the car's because with the reset button and you see somebody upside down and stuff, reset yourself and get out of there, because if you're hanging around behind them or in front of them or alongside them, they can't reset, so it makes life harder. Always make sure you have the reset button. I really do think that one of the things that you should have on your controller slash steering wheel is a reset button. It's much easier to push that when you need to. You know, might make sure everybody's cleared you and then reset it. Don't just reset because you're going 6 miles off the track and then reset and be a complete dweeb and you know, reset yourself back in the middle of the track, because I can guarantee you're going to get hit like a Mack truck, or by a Mack truck I should say, and people won't be very happy with it. Generally won't be happy with it. Looks like the whole field's going to go in and pit. I don't think anybody did pit. Let's have a look. Looks like pretty much the whole field's taking the chance to go in, and yep, got them all going in. So part of the cautions in the league, or in this league anyway, it's been 17 laps of plain racing, so they say yes, you can do a caution. In this caution we're going to come in and we're going to top up, so they sort of pretend they're real cars and real cautions and stuff like that. So yeah, it's pretty cool for me. You know, second season in the Sunday Cup League for me. Team Wacky Races is not doing the best because injuries to drivers and drivers giving me time limits to get things done. Doesn't always work. So yeah, I do my best. So that's a pretty good pit stop by Sunday Cup League. Got in there and got out. So sort of should revigorate the field a bit. So all those cars that were getting gapped by the front guys will now have a extra sensitivity to make sure they're back up the front, but also you know, and this is, you know, try to keep your gaps, try to keep your work out who's where and what's going on. Change. We go to chase, so we get a nice view of the start from OG Cat Guy. Yes, Cat Guy, we're going to ride with you for the start of this. So Prograde and Kick-Ass will be behind us. We're going to stick with this Cat Guy for a lap and see what he can do. Even though that, you know, he was running up front, he could have had a bad pit stop or whatever, or got caught in the crash. Doesn't mean he's out of it for any ways or means. So once they get down here to the line of bricks, they'll go green, 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 or go, 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 and you know, stuff. So we try to keep it. Got a good start, got a good time to jump very well. He's right on the money on the line. Look at that later and make sure he didn't jump it too much. With that stuff, and you know, if you get a really good start, as long as you're not passing the person before the start-finish line, so we're all happy. But if you're, you know, jumping it too much, yeah, you're going to get the wrath of the officials. You definitely cut through the pack like knife through hot knife through butter at the moment. Yeah. On a mission, so go on board. Give a shot. See what it looks like from the cockpit. Backside. What's Freight going back in? Probably. Yeah, so there may be not. Maybe in a crash I didn't see. Well, I was sort of mucking around with the cameras, so I'd say there would have been a thing. So there's another caution. Some are going in, and some are thinking of completely faking and not going in. If I was running it myself, I probably would have stuck with the pack and gone in. 2 of 10. Also roll the dice and stay out. You know, he only just came in at 17, so 17. There's only 5 laps, so you haven't really done anything. So, oh, we got some faking. So they all were thinking about coming in, but then they faked out. It's not bad. Okay. So got ProGuard kicking and somebody else freak pitted, so yeah. Personally, I probably might really topped it up. What's it going to do for you at the end? It's a roll of the dice. You might not have to pit at the end if it's a long green finish and you keep your tanks pretty full. You might have to not have that little splash and go, is my theory. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. It's one of those educated guesses that the fuller you keep the tank, the less likelihood you've got to put a lot of fuel in at the end. So sort of how I run it. Everybody's got their own theories on the way stops are done, so you can come up with 101 different ideas, but mine is to try to keep the last fuel or short fuel and off you go. You sort of really, in cases from what I do, is work out what's the last lap number you can fill up and get home. So you basically pull into the pits, fill up and go. Now do you do tyres and the rest of it at that time? That's up to you. Depends on your wear and tear of your tyres on your car at the time. But in this game, with this league, I'd probably throw a set of tyres on it just so you got nice grippy tyres all the way to the end. That's just my personal opinion, and off they go again. And spreading out like hornets going from the mess, and pretty glad in one way not in here, because sometimes it gets a bit hairy. I really would like to be racing in here with this Sunday Cup leagues, and all these guys are all super fast, all super quick, and the stable loose setup, default setups are the best way of racing, because basically you've got tyre pressures and the way you drive the car. So most of that stuff is pretty good. It's just most of the time one guy not seeing the other guy. There's not really that much out and out crashing, so Pro Guard is doing alright, but Freak squeezing him, that's a caution. See the rest of the field. Yeah, he called it. Good boy. And the other thing, it doesn't matter what league or if you're racing with your thing and mates and you have a caution set up, don't go, ah, shit, or damn, or crap, or whatever, or you're an arsehole. Just go caution. Sort out the rest later. Makes things a lot quicker and a lot easier to understand what the hell's going on if you just go, oh yeah, caution, 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 yeah, and work out the rest of the stuff afterwards. Most of the stuff I see in all the rooms I race in, and I race, well, not race, I jump from different groups to groups, and this is my league group as such. All pretty clean races normally. It's just one or two idiots in the public forum that thinks it's demolition derby, and you know, this is going to take people out from left to right. So if you actually have a group of friends and you actually can use your brains, normally you could have a pretty good session on, you know what, I'm gonna, you know, say sorry, I didn't mean to hit that because I outbraked myself, and then the guy in front of you will understand. You T-bowed him in the corner and you're using full throttle and you didn't say anything, then yeah, more than likely I'd say he's got a gripe against you. So, well, yeah, well, demolition derby's always got its day. You just got to find the right people to play it. Who's faking? Who's faking? Oh no, they're all coming in this time. Well, they all came in. Now that's weird. See, I wouldn't have, if I was, yeah, if I was the guys that came in previously, I wouldn't have came in. I would have taken front position. Because all you've done in that pit stop is put yourself on the same page as them. I would have rolled the dice and said, well, I just came in last time, I'm pretty well topped up, I've only done X amount of laps from my last stop, I really don't need to go in. So all those people went in, then I'd be up the pointy end. So it's a roll of the dice. It really is. The whole pit stops, racing with pit stops. Not this, you know, 5 laps and 1 litre deal. You know, only the, you know, crybabies and the girls play that stuff. You know, 10, 15 laps and a pit stop. Yeah, at least that makes it interesting. But that's just me. And this is what it looks on one shoe, just doing a bit of a chase. See how they all fan out and stuff, so we'll just do that. There we go. Got a good run there. Daz is up in the marble, so he's trying to get himself settled and down and back. One shoe here has got a really good run and it's totally, as that car hits the fence. Lucky one shoe really wasn't underneath him when he bounced back off the fence. And good patience, or basically a roll of the dice and good luck. That he